Like I said, it's not easy a lot of times. It takes a toll on you. You know, you definitely you feel beaten down sometimes, and you feel defeated sometimes. But then when it gets done and it gets made and it comes out and you actually hear and you're actually seeing people saying, "I liked that. That was good." Like it puts everything back into perspective as this is why we do this. This is why we put ourselves through these ringers. It's for this.
It's hard enough to get these things done because I've got a couple that I did something with like years ago and they're still not released. And the fact that you can get them done is one thing. And I already applaud that. And then if it's good, holy cow. And I will vouch for John when I say that if he's telling you that he liked your movie, he freaking likes your movie because he is brutally honest with me. There's things I've been in, and he's like, Jesus. And I'm like, I know. But he keeps talking about, that one. He's like, oh my God, this is the one you got to see. When you have the opportunity, you got to see this. It's really good. So he keeps talking about it. And yeah, he doesn't sugarcoat anything. I think that the best thing he's ever done for me on reviewing one of my things was he ended an interview halfway through because I knew I was like, oh my God, it was so bad. He had to end the review because he knew it was going to crush me. I was like, okay, wow, okay. So, but I appreciate that. You're not getting any, BS when it comes from John. So yeah, if he said he liked it, the feelings that you have about that, and if you're ever thinking, well, is he just being nice? No. He genuinely liked your movie. So kudos, and now I'm really excited to see it.
If we ever get big and can have big name celebrities on our show, there's about 5 or 6 so far that I've talked shit about that we cannot ask.
I can't have Jack Black on this show. I can't have Chevy Chase. I can't have Anna Faris. I can't have Paul Rudd. He keeps trashing people, and I'm like, what are you doing? I love all of them, but I'm like, if they watch the wrong episode, they're never going to come on this thing. so yeah, he's that honest. So kudos to you for actually making something that made this man happy. Sometimes I wonder why he likes doing this so much because I'm like, well, it seems like you don't like much, but when he does, he loves it. He absolutely loves it. So kudos to you.
At least you know where you stand, and that's important.
Yeah, and it's good to have the constructive criticism too, because if there is something I can do better, I want to know about it so I can do it. I'm like, okay, that's a good idea. So yeah, I'm all for it, but yeah, we've had some interesting episodes this past year.
And it's funny too because we actually do pay attention to all the reviews about it. So I like the good and the bad, as long as the bad are actually being constructive and they're not just being just straight up mean to be mean. If they actually give examples of things they didn't like in the film, we will listen to that, and we do take note. I don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we're going to change our ways or anything, but we actually do take note of what's being said and stuff. And then there are just some times where I remember there was this one reviewer they did a review of Play Summer Camp and it wasn't a bad review at all. It really wasn't. But one thing he said was it shouldn't have been 2 hours long. It shouldn't have been 2 hours long. That is too long for a movie. No movie. It should be more than an hour and a half, hour 40 tops. And they're like, well, it's fine. So it was, well, all right, fine, fair point. What? This one I'll make them happy because we're because then we did go away, and that was well under 2 hours. All right, let's make them happy. I think it came out to hour 42, and he came in. It was also the same review. Good movie, but it didn't have to be an hour 42 minutes. Oh, come on.
Some people you can't win. I mean, it seems like right now there's 2 reviews. It's either sucks or best movie ever. It doesn't seem like there's any in between anymore. And they're not saying, well, I thought the lighting, it was so dark I couldn't see it. Or, I think maybe the sound was a little too loud, so I couldn't make out what they were saying. Stuff that people can use, like you're saying. But when people just say, that movie sucked, I'm like, why? What was it about it that sucked? Or are you just saying, well, it wasn't the best movie I ever saw, so it sucks? And and that's what it seems like Facebook is. It's one or the other, and there's very little in between anymore.
And matter of fact, like it's actually even on IMDb. The review is on the slashers. There was a reviewer who who put a review in there, and apparently they've been following Dave from the beginning. He already knew about Cursing, he already knew about Return, the slashers, and then he heard about the reboot, and the review was point blank. I think the most kindest and awesomest thing that just hit me so hard was the fact that when I saw this and I saw the quality of this film and just how everything was so shot and the effects and everything, he goes, I did not believe these were the same people who made Curse and Return. And then I went and looked up and found out it is in fact the same people. And to me, that just shows these guys have grown leaps and bounds. To go from Curse to the slashers. He goes, these guys are these guys are striving to be better.
Wow, now that is a good review.
Yeah,
that's something you can use, and it lets you know you're heading in the right direction.
Exactly. I mean, when you hear that, we're like, yeah, I've seen your other stuff. It was a movie. This is good.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things I really liked about that I've enjoyed with Slasher 15. Like I said, you watch the first two, and I personally enjoyed them. I really liked them. They had the first one had, there was the line where the guy was like, you know what I wish? And the other guy says that you had a smaller fucking mouth because he wouldn't shut up. I just crack it up. But you could point out, you could say, okay, this needs work. This needs work. This one needs work. All the way up to Slasher Nurse, which is how many movies removed? 2 Slasher Nurses, Bloody Summer Camp, Go Away. Now the new Slasher Nurse. The new Slasher Nurse, I could see that on the big screen sitting right next to a Halloween, a Terrifier, a Nightmare. That's the quality I see. And it is amazing to watch how he's grown as a filmmaker and how you guys have grown as Slasher 15. It's amazing.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. And funny enough, when I first came on board, I even told Dave, I called Curse of the Slashers, and Dave, was like, oh, and so what'd you think? And I was like, look, similar to what you said, is like, I saw the flaws in it, but there's one thing I did take note of right away, though, that actually grabbed me, though. And he goes, what was that? And he goes, it was actually your writing. It's like,
yes.
You actually, even though, yes, this film had a lot of flaws to it, the story was not one of them. Like, I could follow along the story very easily. And there were certain things written in there that were actually, quite frankly, they were funny, they were well written, and they felt organic. I've seen a lot of films, both small screen and big screen, that just missed that mark somehow. And for me to have just a discombobulated story, at least for me, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but for me at least, a discombobulated story just makes it hard for me to want to track along with it. If I don't know what's going on, or I'm not following everything, or I'm missing something because it wasn't made clear, or it wasn't written in how it was supposed to be written in to make it clear and stuff, it's hard to keep that attention going. But like I told Dave, even despite those flaws, there were just some really good fun writing in that one. And not only that, I told him, you actually had a really fun kill in there that really caught me off guard. And I was like, that is something different. I had never seen that. And I think I'm talking about the bow and arrow scene during the makeout.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? That is so inventive and so witty. And I was starting to run through all the old slash and everything. I was like, I can't think of one movie that did that actually.
Right.
Like, and especially in that kind of way, where like, yeah, where are you gonna go? You're stuck. You're just gonna have to take it.
Is there one particular film or one of your own performances that if you were to die tomorrow, you're like, okay, I want this to be the film that I'm known for? Or that maybe you don't think that it's gotten near the attention it should, and you're like, you know what? I really wish people would see this one because of reasons A, B, and C.
Okay. For if it was about me and my films, it would have to come down to one or two. Like I would have to either say Roger from Bloody Summer Camp, or like because I've had a lot of people tell me that Slashers was my best performance, because part of it was I wasn't comedy in that. I was actually a very hard-nosed, straight-laced, very serious character, and people are not used to seeing that out of me. I'm usually the goofball, the nerd, the stoner, those are usually my types. I'm usually comedy relief, and I was told that was a really great performance, and even my in-laws even said that they thought it was my best acting chops to date. So I'd have to say either Roger or Detective Ledbetter from Slasher Nurse.
Okay. It's good that your in-laws will actually watch it. I can't get my own mom to watch the stuff I'm in. She's like, no, I can't watch it. That one's going to be too sad. That one's going to be too... And I'm like, oh, Mom. She's like, aliens are in this? Yes. So you already got to jump on people.
Out of all of your flicks, I've done a lot of watching this past week, because there's a lot of things that I've seen you in, or I've seen on your IMDb that I never heard of, or never seen. I checked out some of the Sawyer Massacre.
Oh, yep.
You died. I've watched Blood and Breakfast. You died. So Bloody Summer Camp. You died. Go away.
So he's male. He's male. He's got to die. The females, the ones that live.
If you could pick one character out of those, actually, I don't think you died in Slasher Nurse.
No, I did.
Did you? I don't remember. Okay. If you could keep one of those characters around, out of all, have any of your characters lived? Except for maybe like what, one-on-one?
In Dave's movies, no, and for any of Dave's future movies, I can probably I can't give you much spoilers, but I think there's one spoiler I think I can easily freely give you. Will I survive in any other Dave's films? No. Probably not. I think I've even made jokes before. If I survive one of Dave's films, then I'm probably really concerned, because I think Dave might be having a breakdown finally. But as far as in my characters, without a doubt, I'd have to say Roger. I would love to have kept Roger alive, because only because I loved that character. It was my first acting character, and if he was alive, I could have possibly brought him back for one of the sequels to Bloody Summer Camp. At some point, even obviously not in the second one, but maybe the third one. But that one's obviously nixed. But who knows? I mean, I for one want a trilogy. I know my wife wants a trilogy for Bloody Summer Camp. Yes. If there's one last thing I want to do, I want that to happen. I want to walk away with at least a trilogy under my belt.
It's hard to do if you're dying and everything. You got to pull some strings somewhere along the line and say, let me survive one. Just even if I'm brutally maimed, just keep me breathing.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things why Dave loves also Kill Me too. Obviously, he loves Kill Me to kill me, but also I think he also loves it because he knows he gets to torture me in new ways for the next film, because he's like, well, you can't look the same as you did in this film, like, because like I do have a role in Bloody Summer Camp 2, even though my Roger character was killed. I am playing a different character. But Dave's like, so what can we do to you to make you look different this one? And even with Slasher, that's where the whole mustache thing came in. I just want you to grow a mustache. He's like, Jamie hates hating. He goes, oh, I know. We're gonna go with the mustache.
See, you're basically Bruce Campbell. You're Raimi's Bruce Campbell. He's always going to figure out a new way of torturing you and doing whatever he wants to you. He just needs to dress you up a little bit different. So now you're a pizza guy.
So one of the things that I've seen with you guys in your crowdfundings, talking about beating you up, you guys have some of the most interesting perks I've seen, such as buy Dave a shot, or throw a pie at Michael, or a blood ballooner, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you guys come up with this, and how much fun is it to do those?
Oh, they were a lot of fun. Like in the beginning, like it was just like I kind of I'll go and say like I kind of started that trend. Like originally, like it was like it was just the pie in the face, and like I thought, hey, wouldn't it be kind of funny if we did a pie in the face? And I said, well, obviously we'll keep it more minimal. We didn't want to include the cast in it because we didn't want them to feel like they were being used for something like that, or to think anything else. So we made it like the very first one we just made it about the four of us, which Dave and Amber and Jamie and myself we're all producers as well. So we're like, yeah, it's like pie producer, at this point kind of thing, and it ended up doing very well. But we actually I forget what the dollar amount was, but we made quite a few $100, and it only ran us about $60 to get all the material. So it was just a good, fun little cheap gimmick, because I think part of it was it brought me back to those old black and white comedy days about all the pies going around and hitting people in the face. I was like, wouldn't it be great to kind of have one of those little things? And that went so well, and then we decided to do a second one. But this time, we noticed that some of the cast members actually asked if they could join us. And of course, we're like, oh, what? You mean like, you want to be the ones that throw pies in our faces? Like, well, you can put us up for grabs too to get pies in the face. We're like, oh yeah, if you want to be a part of it. I mean, it just shows more family and more unity between all of us that we already know is there. So yeah, like now we can just show everyone more live about it. And then I'm trying to remember who came up with the blood balloons. That wasn't me. That was somebody else. The dunk tank was definitely me. And that actually, funny enough, that ended up actually like the first one ended up being one of our biggest sellers, and stuff. And and Dave's like, yeah, I like the idea. I think it's great and stuff. He goes, but how much is the dunk tank? And I was like, well, it costs a couple hundred. He goes, well, we're going to sell. He's like, I think they're gonna sell, and we can just ask the cast, like, hey, would all y'all be interested in doing this? Just understand that this has no relevance to your spot. You got the role; it's your role. Mm-hmm. This is just more of a fun thing. Like, do you want to be a part of this? And yeah, they're like, oh my god, that sounds like a lot of fun, actually. And what's fun, and so I told them, like, look, I'll tell you what. I will float the money to get at the tank, because honestly, I think this could be a new fun venue, and I'm willing to put up my own money to see if this works out well, and stuff. And it ended up being I think it ended up being our biggest moneymaker. I think we actually ended up profiting I think it was around $1,300 for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And also, it's if you video it. It'd be great for the DVD for the special features, because people would love that alone.
Oh, the funny thing was, because we did it at my house in my front yard, and like all the neighbors and people in my neighborhood who were just walking their dogs up, they all just started stopping. And some of them started pulling out their phones and started recording the event themselves.
See, free marketing. People, the newscasts are probably like, on such and such street today, it was a pie fest, and then they'll be talking to you. Well, yeah, we're making a movie. Oh, tell us about the movie. So yeah, I mean, my marketing, you can't go wrong with proper marketing. So that's perfect. That's right. Great. And you made a lot of money. So
Oh yeah, I mean, and it's kind of funny too that got brought up because I'm actually getting ready to finalize like my next fun gimmick because we haven't really I haven't done one where I really throw myself in the ringer real bad in a while, so I was like I feel like I'm overdue for that. Uh, uh, so, like for our next one, I don't know what the dollar value is yet. But we're gonna run our second crowdfunder for Uncle Fred here coming up real soon, which will be our first creature comedy movie. I'm really excited for this one. It's gonna be really awesome. We got Felissa as usual. Uh, Brian Brimmer from Pumpkinhead is coming back again to work with us. He was in Slashers as well, and we absolutely loved him. In a lot of ways, Brian Brimmer is the male version of Felissa. He is just as friendly,
Cool.
just so high on life, and he
Mhm.
he brings a glow to a room, just like Felissa does. When Felissa comes on set or comes to a room, the whole room just glows with happiness because he just brings everyone up a bunch of levels. And Brian is no different on that one. We got Jim Crut back again, who was also in the Slashers as well. We all absolutely love Jim. He's just one of the most nicest, sweetest guys, and he's actually just a diehard supporter of indie horror. He has helped so many local indie projects, just coming out there and just being a part of it and stuff. And he never asked for anything in return. Like I said, just an absolute class act all the way.
Wow.
And what I'm actually really funny, I'm sorry. One thing I'm really happy about because I grew up loving his production studio. We got Lloyd Kaufman to come in and do a video cameo for us in our film.
Oh wow, wow!
I am really excited for this one. We already ran one, but we did it in our off season. We usually run our crowdfunders in like the springtime, but we had to run one in the fall because we wanted to hire this creature designer to make our creature design. And this guy is not only is he very talented, he is actually pretty well known. If you're into that field, you know this guy. It's Wayne Anderson. He did
Okay.
the effects work for Stranger Things,
Yeah.
for Predator, and also for what was the other one? It was Predator, Stranger Things. And Jurassic World.
Wow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a pretty good resume.
Oh, well, and honestly, he was again. This is another reason why like the horror community is so awesome. For as big as he is and the projects he works on, he is actually a very big fan of indie horror as well. And he actually was able to work with us to make this happen. Like like I said, like it definitely costs a lot. This creature costume is very expensive, but we didn't want to go cheap. We didn't want to do some man in a rubber suit whose lips never move or eyes never move.
Yeah,
We wanted the full package. We wanted the mouth to growl. We wanted the teeth to do his up and down. We wanted the eyes to roll and close. We wanted fully motion fingers, and we wanted this thing to be tall. We didn't want this thing to be a 5 foot or even a 6 foot. We wanted this thing to be at least 7+ feet tall.
wow.
And we wanted to be able to have someone in there to work it. And because we knew we had a great character actor in our midst with Jerome Cretin, who he was Red Mask in Go Away.
Oh, okay, all right.
Phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
Very good dear friend of mine too. One of those guys, heart of gold. And every set that man goes on, he only believes in one thing: I'm giving you 120%, no less.
Which service is that going to be through? Is that going to be Cinebacker, Kickstarter, Indiegogo? Because I know Indiegogo's made some changes, and a lot of people are kind of veering away from that one. So I'm not sure where things are landing anymore.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'll have to get with Dave on that one to find that one out. We did when we did this one, we did start off on Indiegogo, and it was going well, and then they made that flip over, and it literally became a maze trying to figure out how to work through everything. And we're not even talking just being a backer going through the site. That in itself became more of a task. But if you were actually running a campaign on there, it all just changed. Like it got all different types of weird, to where like you really had to start reevaluating, and it just didn't feel that user friendly or that straightforward anymore. And then of course they got rid of flex goals now, which flex goals were just goals that we're going to try to hit this marker, but if we don't, then we can still take the money with what we raised and still try to make the movie that we can make with that. With that being gone now it's an all or nothing. Like here's a goal we need to hit. If we don't hit that goal, we don't get any money. And
wow.
Are like that now. We ended our first crowdfunder though on a new platform called, well, not really new, but new for us. It's called Seed and Spark. I like this one a lot. It's not as well known as Indiegogo or Kickstarter, but one of the big things I love about them is that they are really a legitimate crowdfunding site where, and I mean the sense where they don't take 10% of your earnings like Indiegogo and Kickstarter does. They do ask for a tip at the end of it. And even if you watch me and Dave's Life, we actually told people in the past with Indiegogo, we always told you, don't you dare tip them because, these guys are already taking 10% of what we're making already. So, so it's like we raised 70,000. Well, it's more like 63,000 because Indiegogo takes 7 of that right off the bat because they get their 10% out of that.
I thought you had to tip.
Nope, you do not have to. You can click on Other and just put 0.
Son of a... You know how much money I have gotten on a lot of these suckers and I buy, if I'm in it, I got to buy the DVD, I got to buy the hat, I got to buy the shirt. I spend a freaking fortune and then all the tips and I do the minimum, but I didn't realize I could do a 0. Son of a...
Well, and in all fairness too, we always try to tell our backers about that too. We always try to give tips on that too, and that's also one great thing. Another reason I'm going to throw in there why I love working with Dave so much. A lot of people, when they find a good way or a good code to go to get your funding done, a lot of people will keep that close to the chest and not share that out. And Dave is very open that if you have any questions about crowdfunding, you can come and talk to me. As he says, my advice is 100% free. I will let you know what worked for us and what didn't work for us. And even then, we always give a disclaimer. Please understand that just because it worked for us or it didn't work for us doesn't mean that's going to be the same follow for you. What didn't work for us might work for you. I mean, we're just letting these are the things that we did, and these are the things that worked for us. These are things that didn't really work for us, and you can decide on your own whether or not you think that's viable or not, or if you believe, well, no, I think I could do better on that one that you all didn't do better on. And hey, God bless, and honestly, trust me, I hope it does work out for you all. I mean, the more films I see getting funded, the more I know there's a demand for it. And I know there's people around who want to see this happen. And there's no better feeling than that. Like, I get more scared and nervous when I see, most films aren't getting funded anymore. Because then I worry that people just don't want to bother supporting anymore. And that's a scary thought for me, only because I love this. I love doing it. And it became a hobby that became a very strong passion of mine really, really fast. And not only that, it's just I got to be around and work with so many people that became an extension of my family in the end as well, with Dave and Amber, the DP, Owen Young. He is also a really good friend of mine. So many of the cast members from our movies are dear friends, like Brendan Lynch and Zach Thaler, Shonda Rawling, Spartacus Jones, Christian Jensen. These are like Jerome. There's so many more. So if I don't throw your name out, guys, please. There's just so many of y'all to name. First of all, fall in my head, and just some of the ones from the very early years who are still here. But that's a great thing, though. Every film we do, we always seem to find new people that we just absolutely fall in love with.
Yeah.
Do you have any dream actors or actresses that you would absolutely love to work with? I'm sure you have them. Just who are they?
Well, I will say, let's see here.
They've got to be alive. You can't pick Vincent Price or Abbott and Costello. They've got to be walking the earth still.
I mean, who wouldn't want to have Robert Englund in your film? I mean,
Yeah.
I grew up a big Freddie fan, but then not only that, when you just see all the movies Robert Englund's done, I mean, in a lot of ways, he is kind of like today's modern Vincent Price. It's just, if it's horror, he's probably attached to it in some way, shape, or form, or another.
I'll tip big if you can pull that off. I'll tip really big, knowingly and willingly. I will tip big if you pull that off.
Would you settle for maybe his, his not so well known brother?
He better look and sound exactly like him. So what, do you have any conventions coming up in the near future that you'd like to plug? And anything that you've talked about before this is released, if you've got information or if there's going to be any links released to you, send them to John, and we will put them in the description for all these and help you get funds for any of these campaigns. If you've got any appearances you're at, we'll send people to wherever the location is. We want to help you with anything that we can do. So, yeah, we want to promote you. So, yeah, send us any links you've got, and we'll put those in the description and list off the dates or any of that. But, yeah, any place you're going to be in the near future that fans can come see you and get some autographs and pictures?
Oh, absolutely. One, if y'all are in the Winchester Alamo area, March 28th, it will be the premiere of Bloody Summer Camp 2. Y'all really need to check this one out. It is actually like a sequel to one of my favorite, most beloved films I've been a part of. But not only that, it is actually our highest raised crowdfunder, and I'm still in shock and awe that we did this. We hit a milestone I never thought we would ever hit. We actually raised around $103,000 for that film.
Nice. Nice.
I never thought that would ever happen. I never thought Six Figure Land was ever in our future. And just that happened. Even though it happened that one time, it still happened for us. And that just meant a lot. And for any of them, they did it for one of the ones that I love the most. I love our Bloody Summer Camp movies so much. It's funny because I love camp slashers. I was even though I know I said I loved Freddy Krueger, and I did. I was in that weird zone where, as far as killers go, I liked Freddy more than say Jason. But as watching horror movies through and the kills and all, I liked Friday the 13th more because there were more of them for one, and it was just the whole atmosphere, just you being out in the middle of the woods. It's like, all right, yeah, you're gonna run and run and run, and well, it's his woods, so
no matter how slow he is and how fast you are, he's going to be in front of you.
Exactly. It's just do you really put
good cardio?
Yep.
But also, I actually went there just as a patron. Last year, it's called Screamiverse out in Roanoke, Virginia. But they actually played the slashers out there, and I was actually really surprised. It was a very small one, but it was filled. It was filled with everyone seeing them, and I even still remember it made my day on this one. And it was even funny because she had no idea who I was until the movie started. But there's this one girl, I don't remember her name, but all I remember is she was dressed as Tiff from Child's Play, and she sat right next to me, and my wife was right next to me, and two of our PAs from Bloody Summer Camp 2, Tony Garland and his wife Jess, were there with us, and I looked over and I was like, oh, so you here to check out Slashers? He goes, okay, can I let you know on a little secret? I'm like, yeah, sure. She was like, all right, I backed this movie up. I haven't gotten my physical copy yet, but But I couldn't wait. Like when I heard it was playing here, I had to drive out here. I was like, oh well, where'd you come from? She goes like, oh, like, I forget where the location was, but it ended up being about a 3-hour drive. I was like, so are you serious that you really drove 3 hours out here just to see this movie? She's like, well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I thought, yeah, like, it'd be cool to check out the con too, but yeah, I kind of really wanted to come see the slashers. And once again, she didn't pick up on who I was until the movie started. Then when it started, she actually did a.
It's like, why didn't you say something? I'm right here.
So I mean, that was really great, and the people running it are really super nice. And I right away I gave a lot of support to them. I was going online, letting people know how much fun I had, how the location was great, and I could definitely see a lot of potential. And already they are growing a lot from their first year to this year coming up. Flith Rose is going to be out there hanging out with us as well. And also Bloody Summer Camp 2 will also be playing there as well. And that will be in April. I think it's April. I think it's the April 23rd weekend, I believe. Don't quote me on that one, but it is Screamiverse in Roanoke. If you just look that up, I guarantee you'll find them.
Yeah, we'll put text up on the screen once we got it confirmed. So.
And then we'll be crowdfunding this spring for Uncle Fred's Monster Problem. I'm looking really forward to this one. We're getting a fun mix of a lot of new faces again, but you're also getting a little bit of that Bloody Summer Camp alumni coming back again for the comedy part. Like I said, Brendan Lynch, who was Donnie in Bloody Summer Camp.
Oh, cool.
Zach Taylor, who was also Bloody Summer Camp, but actually, just like me, he died in the first one. But Zach is a comedy just gold genius. He is just absolutely hysterical. He came up with this like a Swedish kind of character, and it was actually flawless. Like it was like you like if you didn't know, I mean, like, and you ran into the street, you would be like, oh my god, so what part from Sweden are you from?
The best I can do is Swedish Chef. To go
Bork bork.
Yeah, Zach's going to be back, and actually, we weren't able to use him for our last 2 movies, partially because he moved away; it was just too hard to get scheduling. But Matthew Sharp, who was the jock in Bloody Summer Camp, is back to Uncle Fred's Monster Problem. I'm also a part of Uncle Fred's Monster Problem as well, and we got Felissa also coming back too. I love always having her. Like every time I think she's done her, she does one that's even better. And especially after Go Away, like I didn't think she was going to top her Drunken Aunt. I thought her Drunken because it was one of the ones where she was mean and she was ruthless, but she was somehow sweet. And yet, even though it was not meant to be that way, she was just downright hysterical. But her crazy cat lady, flashing her, to be honest, that's a tough one.
I have questions about the end of Slasher Nurse that I will have to ask you, perhaps after the recording stops, with Melissa's character.
Okay. I think I know what you're going to ask, and more likely the answer is yes. But we'll confirm after the recording's done. Especially because, Slasher's not streaming yet. We are finalizing distribution. It just took us a little while longer. I'm like, that's more of Dave's realm to talk about. Like, all I will just say is we had quite a few offers on the table. We were getting ready to finalize, and then we had some other really big ones come down that wanted a screener. So we submitted a screener, and we had to play the wait game for a little while longer. But sometimes you got to do these small delays, but it is on the way out. Like I mean, I know it sounds bad to say it this way, but it is. But for me especially. as a producer and as someone who helps out with the crowdfunding and stuff too, my most important number one goal is that above all, we want our backers to be able to be the first ones to ever watch our films before anyone else does. And the only ones who will get a chance before them are the ones who come to the premiere. And there's a reason why we do it that way too. We like doing it at the premiere because one is on the big screen. We can see it all blown up. It gives us one last chance to look at the movie and to figure out if there was something that we missed that we can go back and fix real fast before we send out our backer copies. So that way we give our backers the best copy possible. And oh,
that's good.
And it did play off well once in Bloody Summer Camp. Like when Shonda and Kay roll up to the convenience store in the very beginning, you can see the decal sticker. We had it on most of the cuts that we did with the year change to 86. But for whatever reason, and we thought this is the backer cover we could get, we did it for the premiere. We see like we see like the 20 sticker, like, oh, nope, we gotta fix that. So after that happened, we kind of like, yeah, you know what? We're going to do one premiere on the big screen so we can see everything blown up just to make sure everything's good. Once we do that, then we will send out to get the mass quantities of the backer copies made. And then we like the backers to have a copy for it for at least a few months before it goes to streaming, because quite frankly, they deserve it. They deserve to watch it first, because they're the ones that made that movie happen for us. They were the ones that supported us. They were the ones that bought it so we could have that money to make that movie for them. So they should enjoy the fruits of those labors before anyone else does.
Amen. I like that.
I saw a guy on the YouTube that had supported Wicked Jack. And I think he just had his name in the credits, and that's all that he had spent, and he bought the DVD. But that was his dream, was to have his name somewhere in a movie. And he was in this video saying, like, it's happened, and he's like almost crying. And it was so touching for something, this is just a short little 15-minute movie that, you guys shot and put together, but it meant so much to him being able to pull that off. So the fact that you guys offer that type of thing in the first place is, something that was unheard of years ago. And it's really given people an opportunity to become a part of something that they love so much. And yeah, giving them the opportunity to, hey, you know what? You helped us make this. You're going to see this before anybody else. I mean, it means more than I think people realize until you actually see somebody whose dream it was to be a part of it. So yeah, like I was saying, when he first talked to me about these projects, I'm like, is that really the way you want to go? Just having anybody be able to buy into these things? And then you realize it's a completely different mentality, and it gives people opportunity to make something that couldn't be made otherwise. These people are the reason why these movies are getting made in the first place. So if you have an issue with it, well, guess what? This movie wouldn't be there. So thank them instead of criticizing them, because they're making it happen. So again, thank you for that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like I said, like and like I said, I'm not trying to like stand on any kind of podium. Like our way is the right way. Everyone has the right to do things and handle things the way they want to do it, as long as you're not taking the money and running and stuff and leaving everyone like empty-handed. That's the only thing I just don't condone. But to me, if you shoot the film, you edit the film, you made the film, and the film came out, and you fulfilled your perks, then in my book, you did everything right.
Exactly.
Yeah, and even though there are some nightmare scenarios out there, I think for the most part, I everything that I've been a part of has been seen to fruition, except for the one where unfortunately Morgan had passed away while we were trying to do it, and then a couple others that are still, they haven't gone away; they're still there. So yeah, I've been actually very fortunate. John's had mostly good luck, a couple that didn't pan out, but
One of them I
helps,
share with Dave.
yeah.
Both me and Dave kind of got burned on one.
But when you see
Oh,
like the look for names like yours, and then you can see, okay, if the same people are involved in ones that have been successful, they're picking the right ones to become a part of. So it does help to see your name and Chanda's name, and Jessa Flux and Angel Bradford, and when you see the names of people who, okay, they've been in a lot of these at this point. It is safe. So for those of you who may be questioning it, or you're maybe it's a little bit more money than you feel it's taking a risk, do your research for sure. But when they pay off, there's no better feeling. There really isn't. So definitely to take part in these. Again, we will provide links in the description for any of them that are currently happening that we can give you links to. Is there anything else that you would like to tell our audience before we say goodnight?
I like long walks on the beach. Barry Manilow definitely turns me on.
Another surprise. Okay.
I would not have thought.
No, I think that's all I got right off the top of my head. But I mean, once again, man, guys, but thank you both for having me on. This has been a lot of fun.
We've had a great time. Thank you for so much for being here.
Oh, absolutely. No, like I said in the beginning, I thought I was afraid I was going to get a little misty-eyed when I started going out. I remember I was like, oh my God, I have been working with Dave now for almost 7 years now. All the places I've gone. Wow, yeah, it really. We've been on some adventures. Like I feel like a hobbit.
That's the next movie. I think they're making another one of those. So there you go.
Yeah, no, thank you.
There's nowhere to go but up. Well,
I'm
thank you.
Pitch for you before we let you go. I'm going to pitch your return for Bloody Summer Camp 3. You can play a relative of Roger who is acting the same way as Roger, but is a kick-ass Muay Thai boxer who's just kicking the shit out and has a big kick-ass fight with Devilface. Let's combine some work here.
You know what? I love the idea. But I can already tell you now, if I go to Brendan and pitch that to him, he'll be like, not happening.
If you've got skills, you should be using them.
That's right.
They're holding you back is the problem. It's time for you to take charge and say, look what I can do.
You know that Tony Jaa kid?
Yeah.
Trust me. Unfortunately, me and that Muay Thai background always has paid off well. And like, all right, we got this first time we're going to use a broken vase. We're supposed to go over the head of one of our celebrities, but I'm afraid it might hurt him. Well, they're wearing a hoodie. Mike, do me a favor. What? Put this guy's hoodie on real fast. All right. Oh, and roll camera. It works.
Has there been a martial arts slasher villain that doesn't just kill people but gets them into all kind of, just beats the shit out of them first? Because we might have something here.
Actually, yeah. I mean, because only thing I could think of, that comes even close, is like I always just go to that boxing scene from Friday the 13th, Part 8. Yeah.
I think seriously, we need to tap into your skills and make a whole nother franchise that no one has ever seen before. I think there's something there, damn it.
The slasher ninja versus the slasher nurse.
Oh shit. Come on now.
The Muay Thai massacre.
Oh, Glazer. I think it's great.
These elbows, blood.
See, it would be cool because he'd come out. You might have some mask and be slow motion. You'd think he's got the knife, and then all of a sudden, whap! Just a whole bunch of quick moves, and people wouldn't expect it. That's what I want to see. That I think it's 2026. That's what we're ready for.
We are.
Make it happen.
Wait, with Shatner mask like Halloween, what's it do with Bruce Lee?
Yeah. Well, there you see, it's writing itself.
Yeah.
It's writing itself. You paint it white, you have the whole thing, or turn it inside out, or whatever the hell they did with that mask. Do the same thing. Oh my God,
that would be awesome.
I think you're onto something. See, how many pies in the face does it take to make money for that? We can raise the money for that.
Yeah.
A lot of pies, but you know what? I would take every one of them if it meant if it meant our films getting funded and we can make the best film possible, because that's all I'm about. Like,
there we go.
I want to make the right film in the best film, just so everyone's just like, yes, thank you.
There we go. It'll be a John Wick / Bruce Lee / Jason Voorhees. Never happened before, and you already have 2 backers. So let's go.
Yes.
Well, thanks again for coming on. We'll definitely get the links out. We appreciate your time, especially knowing just how crazy freaking busy you were. Yeah, we've never seen anybody run in that fast. So we're definitely putting that in the credits. So thank you so much for coming on here. We greatly appreciate it. Again, for those of you watching, In the Spotlight is now also a podcast, Attack of the Spotlight. If you want to see the video and you're only hearing this to see all the little antics that has been going on during this, check us out on YouTube or Facebook. If you want to just hear the audio, we're on all of the major podcast systems. Thanks so much for watching. For John Horton, I'm Kyle Pierson, and this has been In the Spotlight and Attack of the Spotlight. Thank you so much again, Michael. We appreciate it. Have a good night. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Oh, hang on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get some extra light in here for me. So
no problem. Take a moment, relax. Grab a drink if you want. Don't worry about it.
Oh man.
Yeah. You've got time to de-stress before you come on here.
I literally walked in. I ripped off my collared shirt. Kissed the wife real fast. I was like, honey, I'm late for something. I will talk to you later.
Well, it's good to know that both the military and the wife come first. So as long as that's the case, we're good. La, 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 la.